Hey guys, it's Victoria back with another spoiler-free movie reaction, and today we will be talking about the highly anticipated Killers of the Flower Moon. Since its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival, I have heard nothing but good things about this film, so I have definitely been awaiting to see this film. And now that it's finally been released in theaters and on Apple Plus, I now get the chance to finally give you guys my reaction on it. And I've also done some research on the history of it all and also read the book, so I've been thinking about trying to do a movie review for this, but I'll get back to you guys on that if I do that. The film, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Lily Gladstone, and Jesse Plemons, is about DiCaprio's character Ernest Burkhart and his involvement in the mysterious Osage Native American murders that took place in Osage County, Oklahoma. Now, what can I say about this 3-hour and 20-something long movie here? What's the first thing that I can say? I can honestly say that I thoroughly actually really did enjoy this movie, and I know you're probably going to be thinking that I'm just siding along with the masses and all the grand reviews this movie has been receiving, but seeing it in person, I really am telling you the truth that really the movie was brilliant. It was a thrill ride, it was a whodunit, it was a oh my god kind of blow your mind moments when you see these actors do their thing as their characters, as actual real live characters that existed. And so I honestly can say that I enjoyed this film. I didn't even really feel its runtime, in all honesty. Yes, it was a long film, but I was so focused on what was going on in the film that really the runtime didn't mean too much to me. It just felt like, okay, yes, time is passing. And I won't lie, there are some moments that I felt were like, okay, you couldn't have you shortened it down a little bit, but who am I to judge Scorsese when it comes to his filmmaking and art style with things? So all I can say is that it did not bother me, the runtime. And the actors in this film, oh my god, it was just like, it is definitely in its own way kind of like, yes, we know that there is actually stars and the specific stars in the film, but at the same time this did feel like a pretty much an ensemble piece to me, because it felt like everybody was giving their 100%, giving it their all to bring the story to life. And right down to even just the little details that just minor actors did. So I really want to give everyone their props in this film. I felt like everybody did a good job. And this goes without saying, Leonardo DiCaprio, you have done it once again. It's like, I don't know what it is. This acting talent of his, this acting technique and ability that he is able to put into all of the films that he is in. But it's like, he has been around for so long, but yet he still delivers a quality work, in my opinion. He did it well as this character, Ernest Burkhart, and down to just simple quirks and tics that his character has, while also covering up some little dark points about his character that you probably wouldn't notice up front. And also, of course, Robert De Niro, the great, legendary Robert De Niro. He definitely brought on his A game too, playing this character who is so, he comes across as a nice guy and genuinely seems like a good person, but he is very much the villain in this film, but in a way that is not so blatant and not so kind of like, that twirling mustache generic villain. He is evil in a way that he does it through his kindness, his appearing nice to people who know him, that have been around him, and also while scheming underneath that niceness, the sinister and just all out, kind of in a way almost sociopathic like his character is. And also he, when it comes to down to even just the simplest lies that he is willing to tell himself just to convince himself that what he is doing is not so bad, it sticks, because Robert De Niro, he makes it stick. He makes it work with this character. And of course, I am not gonna go throughout this video without mentioning Lily Gladstone, who is basically somewhat of a newcomer. She's been on the acting scene. The first thing I must admit I have possibly seen her in was in The Unknown Country, which was a film. I don't know if anybody has heard of it, but it's really good. I highly recommend you see that film. But in this movie, she is brilliant. She is awesome in this movie, and so I really felt like Scorsese really scored with bringing this actress into the film, and her playing Molly Burkhart was definitely just a brilliant and at times heartbreaking and just stunning performance. And she definitely has this subtlety in her acting that it works with the very how can I say, dramatic points in the film. I mean, she doesn't really overact it, in my opinion. She does it in a way that is like, okay, you can somewhat see it coming, but she also brings a surprise with it, in my opinion. And so, way to go, girl. Keep it up. I can't wait to see you in more projects and films as this film goes on. And I hope that you get nominated for something too. So I am claiming that right now. You are gonna get nominated and awarded something for this part. And last but not least, Jesse Plemons is in this movie. He is playing Tom White, who is the agent assigned to investigate the murders that goes on in this movie. And you may recognize him from films like The Power of the Dog, Fargo. He was also in Antlers. And I thought in this movie he was really, really good as this person trying to investigate every nook and cranny of what's going on in the film. And his character really seems like a take no prisoners kind of person. He's here to do his job, and he is not going to stop until the job is done kind of person. So he really pulled off this character amazingly, and also just with a sincerity to the character. It is obvious that his intentions of what he is doing is for the good and not because he has something in it for him, if you know what I mean. And of course, we all know the director of this movie, Martin Scorsese. Masterful filmmaker, brilliant director. Need I say more about the matter? Either way, I can understand some people's complaints, like I said, about the runtime and how long this film was, and did it need to include certain things over other things more, and also even talks about how there's not enough of the Osage perspective in this film. It felt like it was still leaning more towards the characters who are not a part of their story more so than theirs. So I understand those complaints, don't get me wrong. That's why I'm highlighting it here. But for all I can say is, just as a film, I thought this was pretty good. It definitely hit some marks that I don't see many films able to do in a way that is like, okay, where we got that, check. We got this, check. We need that, and so we have it, check. I felt like it all flowed very evenly and not in like a mess slapping it together kind of thing. Cinematography in this movie was also good as well. It definitely had all the trappings that it needed to make every moment's believable, especially the scenes that involved like fire or just involved like people gathering around dancing and making a kind of symbol of some sort. I won't say what symbol, you'll just have to see for yourself. And also just the how could I say, the authenticness of the Osage County town and how it all looks pretty much like it was back in the 20s, back in that period of time that it was, down to the costumes, down to just the different vehicles that were used, that, or at least from the vehicles that I know were around during the 20s. So awesome. Okay guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you my rating. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would have to rate this movie, you know what, screw it, I give it a 10. Yes, I give it a 10. And like I said, this is just my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion on my channel, but I really felt like this movie was worth the watch. Now, if you can wait for it to get on Apple Plus to see it, I highly recommend you see it on Apple Plus, because there is so much that you can enjoy about this film. There's a mixture of genre in this that still works well together, and also the acting is superb, and the story was definitely a story I felt that needed to be told and needed to be seen. And so I really enjoyed this film, and I wish I could say I could see more films that are on that 10 level, and hopefully I will as time goes on, because I'm sure there are many other movies that will come out that will definitely strike people's attention as time goes on. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts of the film, if you have seen it already, please leave them in the comment section down below. Let's get a conversation started about this film. Now back to what I was mentioning about me wanting to do a review for this movie. I'm thinking on it, but no promises, because I still have some other movies that I plan to go see and do movie reactions on. But if I can, I will make it as best as I can and as quickly as I can, while also making sure that I have all that needs to be said in it. But till then, we'll just have to wait and see. And also, I told you guys that I was gonna share a little surprise with you guys in my last video on this video. So here it is. I am planning on doing a new segment on my channel that is called Writing Down Movie Memory Lane, which is where I will be reviewing movies that I have watched as a kid multiple times and that have struck my fancy. And I will be talking about them in a thorough, I guess, somewhat video essay format. I'll see what I can do, because this will be my first time trying that out. But if you guys are interested in hearing about movies like, you know, just like some that you probably never heard of, or you heard of once in your childhood, and or have heard of many times, whether it be just a normal Disney animated film or a live action Disney film, that's what this will be about. So hopefully I'll be getting started on my first one very soon. I will announce it and let you guys know what it will be on. So look forward to that as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. I plan to do my next movie reaction on Five Nights at Freddy's, so wish me luck with that one, because I also need to look into that. I don't know too much about the games or anything about it, so give me a little time to figure that out, and then I will also be going to see the movie, so can't wait. All right, hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.